Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Fast tutorial. If this is your first time of seeing my video, consider subscribing. Follow my page, please like and share this video to your friends. In this tutorial, we are going to look into partial fraction. But before then, I'd like to remind you of this rule. To each linear factor in the denominator of the form x minus a, x minus b, and x minus c, there is a corresponding partial fraction of the form a over x minus a plus b over x minus b plus c over x minus c. Now what this rule is trying to tell us is that as long as we have a linear factor in the denominator of any fraction, we can, trying to resolve them into partial fraction, we need to assign variables of a, b, c as the case may be. Now in this case we have three factors and then we are assigning a, b, and c to three of these factors that we have in this form. That is basically what this rule is trying to tell us. So to solve or to resolve any fraction into partial fraction, this is the first rule we need to obey. This is the first thing we need to know. So first things first, we want to resolve this problem into partial fraction. So we're going to rewrite this in this form. So we have that 3x squared minus 4x plus 5 divided by x plus 1, x minus 3, 2x minus 1 will now be equal to, now we have a. So in this case, we have x plus 1 for a. So we have a over x plus 1 plus b x minus 3 plus c 2x minus 1. So we have successfully written this in the form of this. So we've obeyed the rule. And then the second step we need to take solving this problem is to multiply all through both the left hand side and the right hand side by the denominator, which is by all these factors. We're going to multiply all through by these factors here. So you agree with me that if we multiply all through by these factors, then everything down here will cancel with when it multiplies the numerator, right? So we are just having 3x squared minus 4x plus 5 left. And then if we multiply everything, that's multiply a to everything here, you agree with me that x plus 1 will cancel with x plus 1. So we are left with a into x minus 3 and 2x minus 1. And also, if we multiply everything with this, x minus 3 will cancel with x minus 3. So b will multiply with x plus 1 and 2x minus 1. And also the same thing applies for c. C will be multiplying x plus 1 and x minus 3. So after this, now we're going to look for the actual value of a, b, and c. Then how do we get the actual value of a, b, and c, which is the values for these variables? Now we are going to, firstly, let's look for the value of a. Then how do we look for the value of a? We are going to take a value, a factor, that is common between b and c. And we look for a number that when we substitute such number for x, it will add up to 0, and then upon multiplication of these two factors, it will give us 0. What do I mean? I want to look for the value of a. And when we take a good look at what we have here, you see that we have 2x here, 2x minus 1, and we can't find 2x minus 1 here. So we'll have x plus 1, and then we can find x plus 1. So we are looking for a value that when we substitute it for x, yeah, we'll have 0 here. So if we substitute minus 1 for x, minus 1 plus 1 will give us 0. So every other thing here will be 0 because they are multiplying. And minus 1 plus x will give, minus 1 plus 1 will give us 0, and every other thing here will give us 0 because they are multiplying. So now let x be equal to -1, right? So we are going to substitute -1 across from the left hand side to the right hand side. So if we have -1 here, we'll have -1 squared, we'll have 3 here, -4 times -1 give us +4, then +5. So we have 3 plus 4 plus 5 will be equal to a, and then if we substitute -1 here, we'll have -4 into this will give us -3. So if we tidy up, we have if we sum all this that we have here, we have 12 will be equal to, then this give us +12 also. So we have 12a. Then make a stand alone, divide both sides by 12, so that a will be equal to 1. And also in the same vein, we are going to look for the value of b. So we are going to look for a common factor between a and c. And the common factor between a and c is x minus 3 and x minus 3. So now we are going to look for a certain value that when we substitute for x, we will have 0. We'll obtain 0. So now we have x minus 3. Now if we substitute +3, which is 3 for x, we are going to obtain 0. And upon multiplication is still 0. So let x be equal to 3. So when we substitute 3 here, we'll have 0. And also for here, we'll also have 0. So now x is 3, remember. Then when we substitute 3 from the left hand side across, we have 3 squared is 9 times 3, so we'll have 27. And then when you substitute 3, we'll have -12 and +5. Now remember, everything here is 0, this is 0. So if we substitute 3 here, we'll have 4. Remember to put your b, so we'll have 4. And then if we substitute 3, 6 minus 1 will give us 5. And then if we sum up this 15 plus 5 will have 20, will be equal to 20b, because 4 times 5 is 20. So we'll divide by 20 to make b stand alone. So b actually is still equals to 1. Good. And now we're going to look for the value of c. Then how do we look for the value of c? We are going to look for a common factor between a and b. Then substitute a value for x that when you add up or subtract, you get 0. So in this case, the common factor between a and b is 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. Now, you agree with me that if we substitute 1 over 2 for 2x, for x here, we're going to obtain 0. If we substitute 1 over 2, so we have 2 into 1 over 2 minus 1. This and this will give us 1 minus 1, which will be equal to 0. So everything here is 0. So now, let x for c be equal to 1 over 2. So now, we're going to substitute 1 over 2 across board. And we have, for this, we have 1 over 2 squared, which will be 1 over 4 times 3. So I have 3 over 4. Then minus, when you 4 over 2 will give us 2, minus 2 plus 5 will be equal to c into 1 over 2 plus 1, 1 over 2 minus 3. So if you evaluate this, everything we'll have here, we have, you can use your calculator, we'll have 15 over 4, which will be equal to c minus 15 over 4. And then they can actually go through themselves. So when we divide this and this, we have -1. So c will be equal to -1. So now we have seen the actual value of a, we have seen the actual value of b, and we have seen the actual value of c. Now we want to write this into partial fraction. So therefore, writing 3x squared minus 4x plus 5 over x plus 1 x minus 3 and 2x minus 1 into partial fraction will be equal to, now remember that a is equal to 1. So we'll have 1 over x plus 1 plus b is equal to 1 of 1 over x minus 3. Now, don't forget that c is a negative 1. So we are going to indicate this negative sign by minus 1 over 2x minus 1. So this is the correct answer to this problem, resolving this into partial fraction. I hope you did enjoy the video. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you like, share to your friends. Hope to see you on my next class. Bye.